Originally from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Aaron Craig, whose cash winnings yesterday totaled $10,000. A senior data analyst from Dade City, Florida, Jelana Cotter, whose cash winnings totaled $3,000. And a project manager from Chanhassen, Minnesota, Emily Sands, who won $30,400 yesterday. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy,
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. And welcome to the second and deciding game of this two-day total point champions wildcard final. At the end of our show, one of these three, Emily, Jelana, and Aaron, will have won themselves $100,000 and a guaranteed return to the Alex Trebek stage for our Tournament of Champions. Now, the scores you see in front of them right now represent what they earned yesterday. We're going to zero those out now, but we will add those scores back to what they accumulate today to determine our winner. Good luck, everyone. You look excited. Let's get right into it, shall we? The Jeopardy round. We have these categories. First, fan mail to historic figures, followed by the A-Team, I Pity to Food, followed by On the Old Map, Metallica, and L blank O, low. All these responses will begin with L, end with O. Emily, you start us off.
Let's start with the 18 for 200.
They've represented Los Angeles, the state of California, the city of Anaheim, and Los Angeles of Anaheim. Jelana.
We're the Angels.
Yes.
The 18 for 400.
Look out below. It's Colorado's NHL team. Jelana.
We're the Avalanche.
Right.
The 18 for 600.
They're the Giants' cross-bay rivals. Jelana.
We're the Oakland A's.
Yes.
The 18 for 800.
This nickname of the Texas schools teams comes from the A in A&M. Aaron.
The Aggies.
Right.
18 for 1,000.
Sing a little song and tell us this nickname of Montreal's Canadian Football League team. Emily.
We're the Alouettes.
Correct, for 1,000. Alouettes, yes.
I Pity to Food for 800.
To really like something, or a finely chopped sweet pickle on a hot dog. Emily.
What is relish?
Good.
On the map for 800.
Here is a map of this former country in 1945. Now, the region today. Aaron.
What is Czechoslovakia?
Correct.
On the Old Map for 1,000.
Since 1964, the former Northern Rhodesia has been this, now second from the end alphabetically. Aaron.
What is Zambia?
Right.
On the Old Map 600.
Separate states until 1964, Tanganyika and Zanzibar combined to form this country. Jelana.
Where's Tanzania?
Yes.
I Paid to Food for 1,000.
Gray and red-legged are two varieties of this game bird that can be roasted, broiled, or braised. You in the pear tree, hide. Aaron. What's a partridge? Yes.
L to the O for 1,000.
If you run into this word on a menu, relax. It's just Spanish for prawn. Emily.
What is Langostino?
Correct, for 1,000.
L to the O for 800.
W.S. Gilbert wrote it for the Mikado. Emily.
What is libretto?
You got it.
Metallica for 800.
ZR is the symbol for this chemical element used as a structural material in nuclear reactors. Jelana.
What is zirconium?
Yes.
Metallica for 1,000.
A policeman could tell you the US half dollar today is about 92% this metal. Aaron.
What's copper?
Right.
L to the O for 600.
The opposite of staccato, it's a direction to play music smoothly. Jelana.
What is legato?
Correct. And you're all playing so smoothly, I hate to interrupt you, but I gotta do it. It's time for some commercial messages. We'll come right back with the second half of the Jeopardy round in just a moment. Aaron Craig, an attorney from Toronto, is back with us. Aaron, back when Alex was hosting, he would often use the second game of the two-day final to allow contestants to thank people or say what they want to say. Is there anyone out there watching you'd like to thank?
Definitely. I'd like to thank my mom, Brenda, my dad, Colin, my friends and family who came out to see me play, Jen, Ryan, Evan, Camille, Nicole, my friends and colleagues at my firm King Spalding who picked up a lot of slack for me these last few weeks while I've been doing this, and the gang at Oak Grove Disc Golf Course, and the people in the trivia slack, and the gauntlet who helped me prepare. Thanks, guys.
Jelana Cotter from Dade City, Florida. Same question, I guess. What would you like to say?
Well, I mean, probably the number one person to thank is my husband, John, who is extremely intelligent but not a trivia person at all. And he's been incredibly patient and supportive. We're having our first baby in December, and he has just been amazing throughout all of that. And my parents and my brother, who also, you know, every time I talk to them on the phone, they will help me study different subjects that they're better at than I am. So that's why I'm in operas, because my dad is great at opera.
Well, that's lovely. And congratulations on playing a grueling Jeopardy final while expecting a baby. Yes. In not very long. That's something I've never done. Emily Sands is a project manager from Chanhassen, Minnesota. What about you, Emily? Any shout-outs?
You know, I think back and I run the questions that I remember getting were all things I learned in high school, at Morris Area High School. So thanks to the history and the English faculty there. And also like to shout out my grandmothers. One of my grandmothers, Henrietta, watched Jeopardy probably every day it was on. And she's passed now, but at one point she said, Emily, I don't know if I can watch this anymore. I don't know all the answers anymore. So she might have been like a stealth champ had she gotten the opportunity.
We'll never know, but thank you for carrying on her legacy, Emily. You're doing very well in this competition. But it's Jelana who gave us the last correct response. Pick up your signaling devices and we'll get back underway.
Let's take stand out to historic figures for 800.
It's there. It's in the middle.
Thank you there.
You can take the lead here, Jelana.
You know what, go big or go home. Let's make a true daily double.
All right, everything on the line. Fan mail to historic figures. Will you sign my copy of the Doomsday Book you commissioned, my king? It's a first edition from 1086.
Who's William the Conqueror?
That's correct. Here's the lead.
Let's take stand out to historic figures for 1,000.
You got the Eastern Roman Empire to pay a ton of gold per year. Will you speak to our Scourge of God fan club? Aaron.
Who is Constantine?
No. Emily or Jelana? It was Attila the Hun who was the Scourge of God. Back to you, Jelana.
I Pity to Food for 600.
Cook boneless this fowl until the internal temp is 165 degrees. That's a rough day for a capon. Aaron.
What's a hen?
Yeah, chicken's correct.
L to the O for 400.
How low can you go? Perhaps to this place on the border of heaven or hell. Emily.
What is limbo?
Right.
Metallica for 600.
This metal was discovered in 1789. It took until 1896 to find out that it was radioactive. Emily.
What is uranium?
Good.
Metallica for 400.
Champagne is generally fermented in vats of this alliterative alloy. Emily.
What is stainless steel?
You got it.
On the old map for 400.
1990 was the end for this country, whose districts included Neubrandenburg, Leipzig, and Karl-Marx-Stadt. Emily.
What is East Germany?
That's it.
I Pity to Food for 400.
Slaughterhouses don't have to ask and pay for USDA grades for this meat, be it in chop, loin, or rib form. Emily.
What is pork?
Pork is correct.
Fan out to historic figures for 600.
Loved your March 4th, 1841 speech, despite the weather. 1 hour, 45 minutes of awesome. Now it's clear skies for your presidency. Jelana.
Who is William Henry Harrison?
Yes.
Fan out to historic figures for 400.
That translucent pink egg you made is amazing. I think that will sell for $18.5 million at a 2007 auction at Christie's one day. Aaron.
Who's Fabergé?
Yes.
L to the O for 200.
It's a long rope with a loop at one end, used to rope cattle. Aaron.
What's a lasso?
Good.
Fan mail to historic figures 200.
Sir, your 1704 book Optics laid the foundation for the science of spectrum analysis. You totally rock. Emily.
Who's Newton?
Right.
I Pity to Food for 200.
Garlic bulbs are broken up into segments called Ds for cooking. Jelana.
We're close.
Yes.
Metallica for 200.
In 1987, the album Ride the Lightning by Metallica achieved this status of 500,000 copies sold. Aaron.
What's platinum?
No. Emily.
Was gold.
Gold record, yes. And the last clue in on the old map, called Newtown when Harvard College was established, the city soon got this name. Aaron.
What's Cambridge?
Cambridge, Massachusetts. That is correct. Aaron, you're still in third place, but you will select first in Double Jeopardy when we return. Champions wildcard continues after this. Just like yesterday, Emily and Jelana jockeying for the lead as we head into Double Jeopardy. Here are the categories. First, a C in anatomy. You know what that means. Then the movie, also in quote marks. We have Encyclopedia Brown, Dear Abby, then At a Loss for Worlds, and finally, More Than One Meaning. Aaron, what grabs you there?
Let's go the movie for 2,000.
The Hong Kong police thriller and cult film Infernal Affairs was remade as this Oscar winner, starring Leo DiCaprio. Aaron,
What is The Departed?
that's the movie.
The movie for 1600.
As this film ends, Dustin Hoffman and Catherine Ross sit on a bus in eerie silence. Emily.
What is The Graduate?
Correct.
Encyclopedia Brown for 1600.
The Cobb salad was invented at this Hollywood restaurant named for a hat. Emily.
What is The Brown Derby?
Right.
Dear Addie for 1600.
The legend of this liqueur says a monk invented it in 1510 at the Abbey of Fécamp. Joanna.
What is Benedictine?
That's right.
Dear Abbie for 2000.
Catherine Morland is way into goth in this Jane Austen novel. Joanna.
What is Northanger Abbey?
That's
One of
right.
my favorite books. Dear Abbie for 1200.
Answer there. Here we go. You just moved into the lead, Joanna.
Well, I would like to risk 10,000.
Almost all of it. On Dear Abbey, here's your clue. St. Mary's Abbey in this city lent part of its name to a theater that W.B. Yeats co-founded.
What is Dublin?
That's correct, the Abbey Theater.
Dear Abbie for 800.
The Great War was a most unpleasant disruption for the Crawley family and their servants on this PBS show. Aaron?
What is Downton Abbey?
Right.
At a loss for worlds for 2000.
Survivors escaped to Bronson Beta in the 1933 Philip Wiley and Edwin Bulmer novel When This Happens. Aaron?
What is When Tomorrow Comes?
No, I'm sorry. Emily or Joanna? Classic pulp novel called When Worlds Collide. Aaron, back to you.
All right, at a loss for worlds 1600.
Answer there. There we go. You're in third place, but you can move in second today, Aaron.
Let's send it.
All the chips. 5,600 at stake. Here's your clue. It's the real name of the planet referred to in the title of a 1965 Frank Herbert novel. Aaron?
What is Dune?
Dune is the name of the novel. Unfortunately, the real name of the planet is Arrakis. Arrakis, I'm afraid. You're down to 0, but select again.
All right, the movie for 1200.
The Color of Money was a sequel to this 1961 movie. Aaron?
What is The Hustler?
Yes.
More Than One Meeting 2000.
Strictly accurate. Or to demand as a payment. Aaron?
What is Right?
No. Emily or Joanna? Would be exact to exact payment. Aaron, back to you.
More Than One Meeting 1600.
Polite and friendly. Or maybe an amaretto. It's a cordial.
Oh.
Just occurred to Emily, I think. Back to you, Aaron.
All right, I'll switch it up. Encyclopedia Brown for 2000.
The Cortland variety of these brown very slowly after they're cut, making them a good choice for garnishes. Aaron?
Or potatoes.
No. Emily?
What are apples?
That's correct.
Encyclopedia Brown for 400, please.
Popular with nutritionists, the brown type of this is intentionally left unmilled. Joanna?
What is rice?
Yes.
Encyclopedia Brown for 800.
In 1900, this company introduced the Brownie camera, making photography accessible to the masses. Aaron?
What is Kodak?
Good.
Encyclopedia Brown for 1200.
John Brown's raid on the federal arsenal in this town made him a martyr to the anti-slavery cause. Emily?
What is Harper's Ferry?
You got it.
Let's try C and anatomy for 1200.
These major neck arteries get their name from the Greek for to stupefy. Aaron?
Or carotid arteries?
Right.
See Anatomy 1600.
It's Latin for neck and can mean the neck, as well as the outer end of the uterus. Emily?
What is the cervix?
Yes.
A C and anatomy for 2000.
If your left brain hemisphere needs to CC your right, it's a good thing they're connected by this CC. Aaron?
What is the cerebral cortex?
Sorry, no. Emily?
What is the corpus callosum?
That is right.
A C and anatomy for 800, please.
This part seen here is often transplanted. Joanna?
What is the cornea?
Yes.
I will take more than one meeting for 1200.
A long spear, a freshwater fish, or a diving position. Emily?
What is a pike?
Got it.
More than one meeting for 800.
A baby deer, or to court favor, by flattery. Emily?
What is spawn?
Right.
More than one meeting for 400.
Really gnarly.
When you visit Springfield, ask a local. We know the best watering holes.
Or a group of 12 dozen. Emily?
What is gross?
Yes.
At a loss for worlds for 1200.
Anne McCaffrey's written about the dragon riders of, the skies of, and the renegades of this imaginary planet. Joanna?
What is Pern?
You're right.
At a loss for worlds for 800.
At the end of Arthur C. Clarke's childhood's end, this world is destroyed. Bad news for all three of you. It's the Earth. Kalani is correct.
At a loss for worlds for 400.
This 1963 work was published in England with the title Monkey Planet. Emily?
What is Planet of the Apes?
Yes.
The movie for 800.
Whitney Houston's version of I Will Always Love You is from this film. Emily?
What is the bodyguard?
Yes.
C and anatomy for 400.
The collarbone, more technically known as this, is part of the pectoral girdle. Emily?
What is the clavicle?
That's right.
The movie for 400.
This 1973 horror classic had Linda Blair take an extended look around. Joanna?
What is The Exorcist?
Yes, it is.
Dear Abbey for 400.
This London landmark is the final resting place of 17 monarchs. Joanna?
What is Westminster Abbey?
That is correct, Joanna, and you have the lead as we come out of double jeopardy. Now, before we get to final, let's remind everyone at home the scores these three players had yesterday. All right. Now, Emily and Joanna, you'll be playing Final Jeopardy right now. Your category will be Explorers, and we'll come back with the final Jeopardy of this competition right after this. At the end of the double jeopardy round, our judges went back and had a scoring change they need to make. They've listened to the tape and determined that Emily responded corpus callosum with an extra K sound instead of corpus callosum. So her score is now 16,200, and Emily and Joanna have made their wagers based on those new numbers. It all comes down to this. The Final Jeopardy category is Explorers, and this is the clue. Perhaps inspiring a line 2 centuries later, in 1774, he wrote that he was headed farther than any other man has been before me. 30 seconds. Good luck. Now, Aaron Craig was not with us for Final Jeopardy today because he finished in the negative on our second day, but yesterday he earned $10,000. So he'll be finishing this competition with $10,000. Emily Sands, we were in second place going into final. Your response was? It was Magellan. That is not correct. You wagered 44.01 today, dropping you down to 11,799. And when we add in your 30,400 from yesterday, you finished the finals with 42,199. So it's all riding on Jelena Cotter's response. She wrote down, who is Lewis? No, that is also incorrect. That quote, farther than any other man has been before me, is often said to have inspired Where No Man Has Gone Before from Star Trek. Captain James Kirk, named for Captain James Cook, who was the explorer in question here. So you wagered everything, 24,000, knocking you down to 0. We added in your score from yesterday, 3,000, bringing you to 3,000. But Emily Sands, that secures your win in Jeopardy Champions Wildcard. You just won $100,000, and you're heading to the Tournament of Champions. Aaron Craig in second place, you'll get 50,000. Jelena Cotter will receive 25,000. What a great competition. And another round of Champions Wildcard begins tomorrow. Join us then.